G'day Jackednnerdy fans, Jeremy here with another review video. Today we are reviewing Scott Derrickson's The Black Phone. Now before I get into that review, if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you make sure that you never miss a video. And if you do enjoy these videos, please give us a thumbs up. That sort of lets us know that you are enjoying our content and gives us motivation to keep going. Also, if you do have any suggestions, recommendations, or if there's any upcoming movies or TV shows that you would like for us to see us do a review of, hit us up in the comments below and let us know, and we'll do our best to see what we can do about getting a review out for those shows. Okay, so with that out of the way, Scott Derrickson's The Black Phone. Now, if you saw my initial out of the cinema reaction, you would know I'm not a massive horror genre fan. In that sense, I mean, I don't go out of my way to watch a lot of horror. However, if a trailer comes out and there's some sort of premise, or it's interesting enough that catches my attention, I'll definitely go and have a look. So that being said, when I saw the trailers for Black Phone, I was very, very intrigued. It looked very, very interesting. It looked kind of trippy and weird and scary and all sorts. So I thought I'd go and watch it for you guys and come back with a bit of a review. So this is a Blumhouse film, which I love Blumhouse and what they've been doing lately. In my opinion, they haven't really had a miss yet in my book. I've enjoyed pretty much everything that they've come out with over the last couple of years, and they are very much in the business of making a very, very low budget film, 20, 30, 40 million, low budget, film, making it really, really great, and then making a lot of money at the box office. And this is no different. I don't know exactly what the production budget was on this film, but I'd be pretty confident in saying it would have been, like I said, 20, 30, 40 million, very, very low budget. And they've turned out a fantastic film. I really, really enjoyed it. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. I was expecting it there to be a lot more, so there's a lot of jump scares in this movie. Your typical kind of look away, nothing there, turn back, something's there, kind of, jump scares. So there is that, but I was expecting a lot more in the terms of the scares and the jumps and things like that. But in this case, the old saying, sometimes less is more. That's definitely in this case. They did a fantastic job. They didn't overdo it with the whole jump scares. It was more of the suspense and the thriller that really got to you. So, storytelling, both the script writers and obviously the director, Scott Derrickson, did a fantastic job in both writing and bringing the words to life in this case. I couldn't fault them there. It was very, very entertaining. Probably the only gripe I had, and I only kind of thought about this, I went and saw it late last night, and I've had some time to think about it. The only gripe I have is that the concept, and I don't know whether this was a creative choice, but the concept of time was very much lost on me. I couldn't quite tell whether it was, days, weeks, months, that passed. So the concept of time was very much lost. I understand later in the movie, that's a good thing, and when you're dealing with the abduction of the main boy, but it was the kind of the lead up to his story that kind of threw me off, and I couldn't quite understand, the concept of time. So that's really the only gripe I had. In terms of casting and acting, they did a really, really good job with the casting. I mean, obviously Ethan Hawke as the main villain, protagonist, whatever you want to call, or antagonist, I should say. He was fantastic, really, really creepy. And the job that he, I mean, obviously as an actor, you rely on facial expressions to convey emotion, and a lot of how you communicate is visual through the face and whatever. Having your face covered by a mask, whether it only be half the face or the whole face, no matter what, you're losing your ability to communicate when you wear a mask. You lose the ability to convey things like emotion and depth and what have you. But Ethan Hawke did a fantastic job in still being able to convey emotion, even without the use of half of his face or all of his face at some points. Reminded me very much of Hugo Weaving in V for Vendetta. He did a fantastic job as well with conveying emotion and expression and what have you, without having the use of his face at all throughout the entire movie. Same with Tom Hardy as Bane. He could convey a lot of emotion just using his eyes, even though the bottom part of his face was completely covered. So, big thumbs up to Ethan Hawke. You did a fantastic job in this role, mate. I couldn't fault your performance at all. You were fantastic. Mason Thames. I'm probably butchering his name, but young Mason, who played the young lead, he was fantastic as well. He was really, really good. Stellar performance, could not fault it at all. He was very believable throughout the whole film, so that was great too. And Madeline McGraw, who plays his younger sister, I believe, she was just absolutely phenomenal as well. Really, really cute and adorable and great to watch on screen as well. Look, I mean, those are, to me, are the three main leads, main standouts. Obviously, there are other actors in there like Jeremy Davies and James Ranson. Really, really talented actors in their own right, but obviously they were supporting the main cast of obviously Ethan Hawke, Mason, and Madeline. So they were absolutely fantastic in their roles as well. So, for me, across the board, all thumbs up, all fantastic. I really enjoyed this movie. So I would give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I did really, really enjoy it. Obviously, it's it's in terms of rewatchability. I'd probably watch it again, maybe in a year's time or 2 years' time, or if it maybe when it pops up on streaming, I'd probably sit down and watch it again. It was very entertaining. I might even sit down with my wife, and like I said, a pizza and a 6-pack when it comes out on streaming, and we'll both sit down and enjoy it very much. So, but it's not a movie that you would go back to the cinema and watch again and again and again. So look, if you enjoy horror, if you enjoy thriller, if you just like suspense, definitely worth checking out The Black Phone. I couldn't fault anything about this film. It was thoroughly entertaining. There wasn't a moment where I was pulled out of it. Everything flowed nicely, and it's not an overly long film. I think it's an hour and a half, if that. So everything is very well paced. It's not drawn out or anything like that. Like some of these recent movies where I said you could easily cut 15-20 minutes out of it. There was definitely none of that with the Black Phone. Everything was very well paced. You could just sit there and enjoy it as it was created, as it was meant to be viewed. So big thumbs up, The Black Phone. I look forward to seeing what Blumhouse come up with next. As I said, they can do no wrong, and Scott Derrickson did a fantastic job with the direction of this film. So that's my non-spoiler review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As I said, if you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. We got some more movies coming out. We got lots of movies coming out between now and the end of the year, which we'll be covering and doing reviews of. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video, and hit us up in the comments. Give us some suggestions or recommendations if there's anything else you would like to see us do a review of. And until next time, guys, stay jacked and stay nerdy.